Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima. Over the course of 2026, I'm playing the game Persona 3 Reload. Only I'm trying something a little different. I'm going to match the pace of the game. That's right, I'm playing this game one real day at a time. Please enjoy this different take on the game in a series I'm calling Persona a Day. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here today. I'm happy to have you here. Come on in, get comfortable, grab a snack, grab your favorite something to eat, something to drink. Let's have some fun today. Today is April 22nd, and we are continuing our playthrough of Persona 3 Reload in the series I've called Persona a Day, where we're playing the game one real day at a time. I'm going to stick to the same structure I've kind of established for this series, where we're going to go over what we did yesterday to kind of recap some things, then we're going to get in to see what we can do today. Afterwards, we'll kind of talk a little bit about that, and just before I wrap the stream up, I'll hang around a little bit and we'll chat about some more general things not related to Persona. Getting back on pace here, let's go over what we started with yesterday. It was our longest day in game yet. It felt to me like we sure accomplished a lot. We started the day in school as you would on a Tuesday, and from there we were going to stop by the mall with Junpei. And along the way, as we were leaving school, we ran into Akihiko, who also wanted us to come by the mall and stop at the police station. Of all places. We weren't really sure what to make of that, but Akihiko wanted us to go, so we did. And it was there that he introduced us to Officer Kurosawa, an officer with a strong sense of duty and justice who knows something of what we're doing, but not a lot of details, but he knows that we're on the side of safety and justice, so he's taken on himself to offer us supplies we need to carry out our mission against the shadows. He also reminded us that, nothing in life is free, so he still expects to be compensated for his help, which... He's a very straight shooter kind of guy. You know what to get, it seems, from Officer Kurosawa. So we've got a source now for equipment, which is just a great thing to have. We kind of walked around the mall a little bit more, checked out all the different shops and places there. It was a nice bustling place. In the same area, we also found that same blue door that we had in the lobby of Tartarus the other day that takes us to the Velvet Room. So we stopped in there and learned a bit more about personas. Igor and Elizabeth had a wealth of information about not only acquiring personas, but fusing personas to make new ones, passing along skills to broaden our repertoire of abilities, and a lot of good core information that's going to only be helpful to us going forward. So we spent a little bit of time kind of going through the Persona Basics class, just to learn what we need to know. We'll see more as we experience it, and that was kind of something Igor had referenced too. It's like, I'll tell you, but you'll learn a lot by doing as well. So we've got the foundation and we're going to keep learning by doing there. We still had some time in the afternoon for our day there, so we actually headed back to school, kind of looked around ever so briefly. We had plans to go to the library. Along the way, we encountered a student talking about the nurse's office, so we were going to check that out. Kind of got roped into trying some interesting medicine that the nurse had developed, which thankfully didn't have any negative effect on us. It actually increased our courage to drink the mystery substance. So we got a little more courage. Then we were able to continue our plan to do some studying at the library, which was nice. We didn't notably make advancements, but every small step forward is progress. So we made some studying progress there. And with that wrapped up our afternoon, so we headed back to the dorm. It was there that we thought we would continue our exploration of Tartarus during the dark hour. We explored that first floor the day prior and kind of wanted to keep going on that progress. So that was our plan. And it was great. We got in there, we learned a bit more of the basics of combat, but we kind of got out of the tutorial side of things and actually got to do some of the experiencing ourselves. So we were climbing the tower. We weren't just on rails on the first floor again. So we climbed a few floors. We've managed to fight a pair of stronger guardian, whatever you want to call them, a pair of stronger shadows that were guarding a floor, which was our first real test against an enemy that wasn't just the basic enemies. But we were able to survive that with some good use of weaknesses to the enemies and all-out attacks on our side. And we kept climbing, and we ended up reaching floor 9 before we kind of started to run low on our various resources. I had considered pushing it a little further, but it was also that kind of decision of knowing when I feel like it was worth taking our gains and going home rather than risking it and having something bad happen. So we managed to find a one-way teleporter that took us back to the lobby. That's where we decided to wrap up the investigation for the night. So we're going to transition over to the game. We're going to, still be in the dark hour lobby from last night. We'll head back to the dorm, and that'll take us into today. So now that we're all caught up there, let's stop talking and start doing. I'll get us over to the game. Okay. So you can see, yep, we're still in the lobby. It's currently 4:21, so we're going to head back to the dorm and go to sleep for the night and bring us up to today, Wednesday, 4:22.
Yes.
What's the matter? Are you done for the day? Let's call it quits. All right, rest up and come prepared for our next expedition. So that's what we saw yesterday as we ended the day. And here we are with Persona a Day, continuing forward.
Yo,
Yo, Shima, you by yourself today? Yeah, we ran into this guy the other day before school. Dude, was the rumor about you and Takeba-san coming to school together even true? And we're not doing it now, obviously, but it was true on the first day. So yes, only on the first day.
you sure?
Oh yeah? Well, it's not like I care or anything. Okay, sure. Anyways, you must be pretty unlucky to have to transfer here. Huh. That looks like a nice, modern advanced school. Let's see what he thinks about that. Wait, you seriously don't know? Weird stuff's been happening at this school. I could tell him some of the weird stuff we encountered last night, but there's a couple of folks who say they've heard strange voices. But I guess since you've always been wearing those headphones, you probably haven't heard anything. Just like that, we're after school now.
Yo, what's up? Hey man, I'm gonna get some ramen after school. You wanna come?
Oh, kind of an invite out of the blue. I feel like I can't not say that since that was the first thought that came to my head. Also sounds a little less dismissive than why are you asking me? So yeah, why so out of the blue?
No reason really. Just don't have anything to do later.
Fair enough.
Plus, I figured we could finish our chat from this morning.
Aha. So maybe there is an ulterior motive.
So how about it, man? Let's get some ramen at the mall and talk.
I'm going to hang out with my classmate after school. According to Igor, the strength of a social link is the strength of a persona. I decided to go with him. It's true, we need to make those connections and see, not self-servingly how it can help us, but we know it will help us to make those connections, so it is to our interest to build the connections with other people.
Phew, now that's what I'm talking about. Well, was I right or was I right? The soup here tastes great, doesn't it?
It does look like a nice quaint place, doesn't it?
We've gotta put some special ingredient in it. Something no other ramen shop would ever use. Maybe there's a secret clue in the shop's name. Ah, my bad. I always geek out a little whenever I eat here.
It's good to appreciate what you like. This is a no-brainer. I can't imagine saying, "Oh, just shut up and eat." He invites me out, just shut up and eat. No, it's like I know what you mean. Like I was just saying, it's like you get passionate about the stuff you like.
You do? Really? You taste the magic too?
That's a way of putting it, I suppose.
Man, I wasn't expecting that. I think I'm liking you more by the minute.
All right.
By the way, I hear you and Takeba-san are pretty close.
Not that he cares, of course.
Damn, you just transferred here too. Well, I can't blame you. Man's gotta be aggressive in this day and age.
Fair enough, yeah.
Hey, let's hang out after school again sometime. Let me know when you're free. I'll tell you all about my secret plan. Dude, you're gonna flip when you hear it.
Well, that's piqued my curiosity, that's for sure. Kenji Tomochika seems to have taken a liking to me. A voice is ringing inside my head.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to to create a persona of the Magician Arcana.
I'm going to stop and I'm going to say it every single time we encounter one of these scenes. It's like, this is part of the persona magic to me. The consistency, the repetition, the drama that's tied to it. It's just, every time, it's great every time. We saw the same thing with the Fool Arcana. We're seeing it now with the Magician Arcana. I also kind of got into that last time too. The different designs of the Arcana is just so iconic to me. So this was rank 1 of the Magician with our classmate. So, as it says, we've kind of heard these different things as we develop social links with the people around us. That contributes positively to the gains we have when fusing new persona. So yes, they'll gain bonus experience depending on the level of the Arcana of the social link we have. So, the more we have, the better progress we'll make across the board.
What? It's already dark? Damn, I missed my favorite show. Man, for real? Oh well. Let's get going.
A lot of favorite shows out there. I think Junpei wanted to cut things short with us yesterday for the same reason of getting home to see a favorite show.
But first, let's swap numbers. Bust out that cell phone.
I'm just thinking, interlude here. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not much of a cell phone person. So if somebody like, hey, I want your contact information, I'd freeze up about like I am now trying to figure out how to talk about it. It's like, do you want to text me maybe? I mean, you don't want to use this phone to call me. I mean, nobody does that, right? Yes, I'm the minority there. I'm the weird one. I own that, but it made me feel that, and now you all know that too. But, as it says here, from a social link standpoint, this makes me more accessible, not less. You don't make a link with someone by building a wall, do you? Well, this is just kind of a nice little additional place to ground us in the world and keep us updated on the goings-on around us. It'll be a resource that we look at throughout the playthrough here. I decided to return to the dorm. It's feeling like a bit of a quicker day than it was yesterday. A little less exploration in the afternoon part of it.
Oh, it's you. Welcome back.
By the way, regarding the dark hour, this may go without saying, but it's impossible to do business at any stores during that time. So make sure you're ready in advance. You don't want to be caught unprepared when it's too late. I was kind of thinking about that, and that we spent the afternoon getting ramen. I was kind of hoping to use some of the funds we got last night at the tower to update a little bit more of our gear. Looks like nobody's got anything new to say based on the gray speech bubbles above them. But Mitsuru did mention that we did have permission to go out after hours now. I was considering headed into Tartarus again tonight. It was nice to make the progress we did yesterday. I mentioned yesterday the network option too. Yeah, actually, real quick save it while I'm thinking about that. But yes, the network option gives us the kind of snapshot of what other people chose to do with this time. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, most people spent time on their daily life, whereas only a third of people went to Tartarus. It's also kind of nice to see everyone's average level and floors explored. We're going to be a little different from that since we're limiting our playthrough a little bit. Like I said, we only want to do about... I'm shooting for an hour. I mean, it's called the Dark Hour, so we're going to try to do no more than an hour on our Tartarus runs. So a lot of people, we made it to floor 9, they hit floor 15. That might be a target to hopefully shoot for in this next hour, but that's how far they got. Looks like a lot of people went into various, fun interactions for the daily life side of things as well. We'll have to keep some of those ideas in mind in the future. I think what I kind of want to do is head over to Officer Kurosawa and see what we can afford, what we might be able to update some gear with, and then let's tackle Tartarus and try to keep advancing. Before we go to, let's check the news. We've kind of been keeping up on the TV. Let's just make that part of our routine as well. Let's see what's on TV. Who was then immediately sent to the hospital. The man has regained consciousness, but due to his condition has been unable to speak. Police are awaiting the man's recovery before questioning him. And that's the news for today. Oh. That catches us up on, 30 seconds of news. That nice big door. Just... Let's go elsewhere. Let's head off to Polonia Mall here. Oh, and it's nice. We've got that little fast travel option. We can go to the mall entrance, or since we know the Velvet Room is accessible here, we could just go right there from here. We're headed for the mall part of things. Still just as crowded in the evening hours here. Not seen anyone new to talk to either. I was curious about this board yesterday, but Junpei had enough of our antics exploring everything but the police station. It's the police station bulletin board. There are posters regarding traffic safety and reminders of recent crimes in the area. Good general stuff to be aware of.
You made it.
Don't worry, I won't ask what you want any of this for. I just do what I think is right. So we have 4,710 yen. We've also got a few things to sell.
What do you got?
These are just our various spoils, our drops from those light source fixtures we've been breaking around the area, as well as the drops from the shadows. So that'll help us out a little bit here, and it's kind of handy. Gives us this nice to sell all option, and that's just all the miscellaneous things we'd found. It's not going to get rid of any of our equipment or consumables. So.
Wanna sell in bulk?
I do. That's going to get us another 3,910.
All right, I'll take that.
That's going to be huge. There's that slightly guilty part of me. It's like, oh, yeah. Do I sell Yukari's heart choker or Junpei's silver necklace? 1,500 yen could go a long way. And I did sell their shoes yesterday, I suppose, but... Let's do some shopping first and see if we need to barter out our gear here. So we got everybody caught up on footwear yesterday. Maybe not everybody's top priority, but it was what I could afford, and I was able to justify it. Kind of the same logic as yesterday between weapons and armor. A lot of games I do kind of try to lean towards the weapon. I mean, if a fight ends sooner, you're taking less damage, but since a lot of our playthrough's been relying on our personas, the weapon is, I don't want to say less, yes, it's more of a secondary option at this point because the effectiveness of elemental attacks has been so good. So I lean more towards armor to up our staying power in battle. So let's just see what we can afford and who needs what.
Take as long as you need.
Let's comparing it to what we've got now. We're all rather low at defense, between 22 and 25. The chest protector is going to give us 31 defense and an additional point of agility.
Picking something that complements your physique.
Whereas the rash guard is just straight defense, but it's a much more significant jump in defense. And if anything, I think Junpei is going to need something first off. I mean, he's got the lowest defense, but he also uses physical skills in combat, which consume hit points to actually cast or use. So the less damage he's taking outside of that is just more beneficial to us. I'm thinking I might end up selling those leftover accessories.
Whatever you get, and however you use it, just be careful.
Let's get Junpei the best defensive option here in the rash guard.
Everything look good here?
It looks expensive, but it's an investment.
All right, then.
So we're going to equip it. We sold his shoes. We're talking about selling their other stuff. This is for the greater good. And I won't limit that to them. Once it's my turn to sell my stuff too. I don't think we're going to get everybody, fully armored up here. I could argue that there's a case to be made for getting myself more defense, since if I fall in combat, we all fall in combat, for as fair or unfair as that feels. To say Yukari has more defense than I do, that's technically true by one
buy
point.
whatever you want, but I suggest picking something that complements your physique.
I feel like Officer Kurosawa is trying to move us along here. It's like as we're talking, it's like, oh, what do I want? Do I want this or that? It's like, Hey, I've got you in the back room here. Maybe make up your mind. It's always possible, too. I mean, not knowing what we're going to come across in Tartarus, we might find something that somebody else could equip. So if I were to get a rash guard for me, if we find something better, for Yukari, then, we've got something great there.
Everything's stocked
Or if
here is
Junpei or I
my
find something
personal
better, this rash guard is equipped by
Whatever you
anybody, so
get,
we could always pass that off to
however you use
Yukari.
it. Just be careful.
So I think just for that peace of mind, I'm going to get myself geared up here.
Everything look good here?
Hello, welcome. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us. So as we're going to buy,
All right,
we're
then.
going to equip. Just like I sold Junpei's shirt, we're going to sell mine. And we have spent all of our money, so that's that for the night.
You finished?
I am
Be
finished.
seeing you.
Thank you. Nice to hear. My rambling logic has a little bit of sense behind it. And with that, we're going to head back to the dorm, and I think we're going to jump back into Tartarus tonight. So, like I said, we talked to everybody already, so we know what the status of the world is. I assume everyone's status is still good to go.
All right.
Everyone can go. That's good to see. So let's go to Tartarus.
Yes.
Oh, seems like we just left here, doesn't it? This is where we loaded in. This is where we're right back to already. When we wrapped things up yesterday, we'd already updated our compendium in the Velvet Room, so we don't need to worry about any of that. We don't have any money to, add any more persona to our group. Junpei's warming up right over here.
Oh,
You know when you hit an enemy's weak point and they fall down? Some of them look so funny like that. It almost makes me want to laugh. But it wouldn't be so funny if we got attacked while we were laughing, huh? It's always just nice to see their little bits of flavor text. I mean, she's already in the party, so we don't need to change anything there, but I want to keep tabs on the party here. God, I'm so hungry. Tartarus, tartar sauce. Oh, crap. Now I want some deep-fried shrimp to munch on now. He called it tartar sauce the first time you heard about it as well. Don't hesitate to retreat if you're feeling exhausted. It's best not to overexert yourself. A real leader knows when to surrender. I'll stay here and provide support. Is there anything I can do? The furthest you've gotten is floor 9. That's true, that's where we left off yesterday. Please explore as much of Tartarus as you can. Let me just talk it out. It's been a little while since I played the game.
all right.
Okay, yeah, it does give me the option to use the teleporter from here, since we don't really want to start at the beginning again. I kind of thought so, but... Yeah, we made it to floor 9, but we took a one-way teleporter to get out. So technically, we're back on floor 5, but that's only going to be to our benefit. I mean, we're really low level still. We need everything, so let's get some resources along the way. Let's get into it.
Let's give this our best shot.
For those of you keeping track, like I said, I'm planning for about an hour of this. We're going to call this the Dark Hour, so... give or take, depending on what sort of cutscenes or issues we run into, we're going to shoot to be in here for about an hour.
All right, squad, move out.
Up to an hour, I guess. In an ideal situation, I've got enough resources to be here for an hour and can survive the whole time. But sometimes best laid plans and all
Harder
that,
to
you
hit a
know?
moving target. There's no time to concentrate on your aim.
But you're doing well.
It's always kind of rough to interrupt when the dialogues are going on there, but you gotta take these openings when you get them, right?
Enemy down. Get that up, Dory.
Back two, guys.
Good. That's one less to worry about.
Let's finish this.
Talk about finish the enemy.
Yeah, we're going through the first stage of Tartarus here. It's
Move on.
just as nostalgic for me. I've played this game a couple times in the past, and I'm trying something different this playthrough. I'm doing, I'm calling it Persona a Day, as you can see on screen here, where we're playing each in-game day as it corresponds to the real calendar. So for the next handful of months, close to a year, I kind of want to take this game one day at a time and see how different it feels as we go forward with it. It's been kind of fun. I mean, we started back on April 6th, and it's definitely had a different vibe in my brain. I've been, we wrapped up on the 9th floor yesterday, and after the stream ended, it's like, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? And, on a normal playthrough, it's like, tomorrow happens in a few button presses, but tomorrow is literally tomorrow when it happens now, so it just kind of hits differently that way, and it's been kind of fun so far. So we've got a couple choices here. We do already have Epsaris, so we would, gain a little bit of experience to our persona if we picked the card here. We don't have this skill card yet, which... Skill cards, they're not bad, but they've always kind of been a lesser priority to me, just the way Persona Fusions work going forward. I mean, it's not bad to have them, but neither of these really are going to break the game, whichever one I pick, so I don't want to spend a lot of time dithering. So let's take the skill card. We haven't taken one of those yet. We've got some experience, we've got some material we can sell.
Yeah! Who's up next?
Junpei's excited. Try to kind of work out that vibe of exploration versus time management. There's another fun side of doing this as a limited, 1 hour in here. I always like to try to cover the entire floor when I play these situations before, but if I've got an hour in here, it's like, well, do I really want to see everything floor 7 has to offer, or do I want to get as high as we can and maybe find another checkpoint teleporter? Balancing things. It makes the game different.
All right, you won. Great work out there.
We've leveled up. That's huge because, like I said yesterday, we can only create a persona up to our level. So we've noticed that there were a lot of persona we could make with the ones we had, but we weren't strong enough to actually summon them yet.
Who's
So
up next?
now we're getting there. This will just open up a few more options for us going forward.
A shadow!
Also, this kind of ounce of prevention, letting the shadow move around a little bit. Didn't really do it well that time, but those first strike encounters are just going to keep us going a little bit safer and longer.
Damn it!
You can really see the defensive buff that Junpei's new armor's got compared to yesterday's damage too.
Pocket ball, finish the enemy.
In case you're wondering, I've left everybody else on free will for their attacks just because I thought it would be a little more interesting to just, they're their own people. I'll step in if needed in certain situations, but I feel like it's just kind of more fun to have other people be other people in the playthrough, so for good or bad, they get to make their own decisions.
Nicely done. Enemy eliminated.
I think I can finish this one without expending the SP on it.
You won. Now let's move on.
Yeah, as far as strategic viability goes, it does kind of make it easier if I were to control everybody, but
Down the stairs.
it's just almost that added level of challenge. I'm trying to develop this as feeling like the world, and if I'm making all the decisions for everybody, I do feel more like a leader, but I almost feel like I get some of their personality coming out a bit more. Yukari really seems to lean into her persona and healing, whereas Junpei is all about hitting first. And, that just really seems to fit both of their personalities in a way that I like.
We got ourselves a shadow here. We got the upper. Yeah! Check this out.
Enemy down. Keep that up, Dory.
Now, let's. Here it's done for. The ultimate swing.
Okay, another choice here. Priority-wise, again, we need both, but we're still way behind on money, and since we've limited our playthrough time to Tartarus, money is always going to be something we're going to want, so experience will come, but 1,080 yen there is pretty big. So we're taking the money.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
Down the stairs.
That was a quick stair find here. Nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it's just that missing out on potential treasures or experience from encounters. I mean, we've got a valuable chest on this floor. Let's off that way. Got a teleporter here, which we don't need right now.
The way the shadows wriggle and squirm is so gross.
I know, right? It's like they were ripped right out of a nightmare.
Just these bits of party dialogue make the world feel that much more vibrant, and it's not like that typical RPG where they're just characters in a line standing behind you. It's like they've got thoughts and feelings, and they're in this same surreal, strange place with you. What we see and encounter matters to them just as much as it does to us.
There's two. Here's your chance to attack.
I'm loving seeing these encounters because Junpei can take him down with Agi, and that's really all he's got SP for, so if he's using that, we can conserve ours. Yukari doesn't need to worry about that. We can get these all-out attacks nice and quick.
The ultimate swing!
The more of these we can get, the better. And we don't really need healing, so this time we're going to take the experience.
Did you see that?
So they're leveling up as well. That's nice.
Ha! Perfecto.
Another odd morsel. Collected a couple of those yesterday.
Hey, there's a treasure chest.
I always like their little reminders to us, too, when we come by a treasure chest.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Looks like with that level, Yukari became a little bit faster than Junpei.
Finish the
And I
enemy.
assume they're both faster than me still. I didn't level up, so there's no reason I'd be any faster.
Finish the enemy. You
I
won.
am
Now let's move on.
We rolled through them. Accuracy and evasion. Yeah, this is kind of a push.
All right, let's get moving.
I don't see myself necessarily needing a Holy Arrow card, but one battle of accuracy and evasion doesn't seem to be a huge turn either, so.
Ooh, maybe there's...
I think I got greedy on that one. Yep, didn't quite get the preemptive strike.
Take them out. Talk about finish the enemy.
See, if I had control over Yukari, that would have been a perfect time to shift over to Junpei. But we got him here. Although, since I've got this status effect, I don't think we're going to get an all-out attack on it.
Glory. Enemy down. What up, Glory? Excellent. Talking about dodge the attack. Well done.
That's that.
Let's continue exploring.
To some extent, hopefully some of my choices and decision-making process is getting clearer on these post-fight shuffle times, so I don't need to waste your time talking through all of it. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I mean, that's kind of why I'm here. I don't want to just sit in silence, but I also don't want to bore you with, this time I'm making this choice because this is reasoning. So, if I'm being too vague and you want more information, let me know. If I'm talking too much, let me know.
Shadow spotted.
If you just want to watch, feel free to just keep watching. As long as you're enjoying it, that's what makes me happy.
We have you there.
Last one.
Talking about finish the
Oh,
enemy.
yeah. Check this out.
Wow, good job, Junpei.
You're done for. And that's that.
Yeah, I do get that repetition of seeing the same floor over and over again. Now, yesterday we encountered one of these as well, the Major Arcana. I don't think we'll see more than 2 today, so we're going to take this one now that we've got it, which gets us 2 of the Mabufu gems. I'd rather have seen the Fool for my first one, since that would have meant more experience, but you take what you get. Yeah, back to your comment. Yeah, there's something to be said for getting through the floor at a more expedient pace and just moving on with things.
Look at it. Wandering around like a clown.
Kind of freeing up that evening time, too. There are other social or personal growth options.
There's two. Here's your chance to attack.
But that was another side of this playthrough. It's like, yeah, we're going to be here more, but also kind of not if I'm only here for an hour each time.
Enemy down. Pick that up, Yuri.
I have played the game before, like I'd said, but I'm not using any sort of guides or walkthroughs, so any of my choices are partially based on memory, but I'm trying to play it as spoiler-free as I can. I mean, I'm not saying anything more than our characters should know, and I'm not
And that's
trying to
that.
use past playthroughs to influence future decisions, so...
Oh, can we go up those stairs?
What I choose to do with my time is certainly, I'll say it first, is not going to be the optimal spending. I mean, like you say, 1 to 2 times in Tartarus is probably, per section, the smart way to play it. We're playing it the unique, creative, less smart way to play it. I don't want to say it's the dumb way to play it, but my way of playing it.
Kiss?
You can infer what you want from that.
You dodged it. Well done.
These are weak to ice. And we have ice.
Come, Persona!
Nicely done. Enemy
This
eliminated.
is one of those great early parts of the game where it's that balance between, you don't want to run out of SP super early, but you don't want to, hold on to these resources that you need and not use them when you need them. So, I'm gonna use them when I need them.
Now, back to business.
Oh yes, spoiling anything is the last thing I want. I've finished this game multiple times. I love this game. That's why I started streaming. This is my first game to stream, so I'm going to do everything I can not to spoil anything for anybody.
Down the stairs.
I totally encourage you finishing it at your own pace. Sometimes taking a break can actually make the game more fun with a game like this, where it is this daily playthrough. I had done the same thing when I played Persona 4. I'd taken a break for a while and come back to it, and it just made my time there feel longer. So even if it's been a little while, you can come back to it and find different things to enjoy about it. We're going to keep it casual and fun and spoiler-free here, so no worries there.
Well done. We've completely mapped.
Yes, we got Persona!
That was close.
I'm glad Yukai's paying attention there. I really should have topped off that HP with maybe a life stone. I think I can finish this without wasting SP on it.
Well done. Let's continue exploring.
I'm keeping it easy on this playthrough. I'm just sticking with the normal difficulty. I might have been okay going on a higher difficulty, but since I'm trying to limit myself on how much experience I can gain, it just seemed like kind of dubious. I like Persona and I played it before, but at the same time I would not call myself an expert, so I want to make it fun, but I also want to survive. There's trouble waiting for us 1 floor up. It's like the shadow we faced on the 5th floor.
We don't see that kind of chest often. Let's not...
Okay, we got a nice chest coming up here.
Hey, have you ever wondered who's been setting up treasure chests here?
I don't know, but it's probably not the shadows, huh?
These bits of background, I mean, like I said earlier, it's just, those little thoughts. Like, I don't think I'd have consciously thought about where do the chests come from. It's, why are they here? Who's putting them there?
Yuri's taken one down.
It's nice to hear the party kind of chatting amongst themselves and bringing those ideas to the forefront for us.
The enemy's...
You're on a roll!
Thank you, yeah. It's kind of what I hope to envision this channel to be. There's so many games I've played over the years that I would love to share with other people. And I think even if a game isn't necessarily current, it can still offer a fun, unique view of things. I want to do that, and there's a lot of games I've never played either, so I kind of get to be in that unique situation of playing somebody else's favorite game for the first time and being that
Let's do the same thing for our next part.
experiment, as it were, of what would somebody's first time through game X, Y, or Z be like, and I get to share that with people too, so going forward from here, I'm kind of excited for a lot of different things. So this is one of those locked treasure chests with those Twilight fragments. It costs 1, we have 1. Somebody's probably going to question my decision here, but it's my decision to make. We're going to open it. I don't know what we're going to get because I'm doing this blind. A Balm of Life, okay. Nice to have those emergency fallback items. Was there possibly a better use for that?
Hey, let's loot
Sure.
that chest.
Some rancid gravy. That sounds like a great restorative item, doesn't it?
A shadow!
I had to keep myself from trying to run up on that shadow and catch it quickly, because that would have just made us that much more discoverable to it.
Target will finish the enemy.
This is something else about leaving the allies on free will. It's kind of nice to see they'll experiment and try attacks that haven't been done to these enemies before. So if we've never used wind on an enemy, Yukari's more likely to try Garu on it. But at the same time, she'll learn then. If it's resistant, she won't waste her time trying that again. So, again, it just makes people feel like people. You could say it also outsources some of my strategic thinking, since I leave it up to them. We don't have single shot, but we need money. Another 1,000 yen.
Be gone. Just kidding.
A couple more hellish bow ties.
Ha! Perfecto.
And it's an RPG, so we're getting some of these repetitive statements here and there, but... This is also a remake of an older game. I mean, I don't want to say it's an older game, because it's not that old per se. I mean, this is a re-release, but... And hopefully Junpei finishes this one off, and we can use ice to knock the other two down.
That's one less to worry about. All right, the enemy's down.
That Steam Spring Sale, that was great, wasn't it? That was actually, part of what made my decision for this as well. I picked it up, at that same sale. I played it on Xbox last time. My first time playing through was actually on the PlayStation Vita of all systems. It wasn't, Persona 3 Reload, of course, at that point, but... And I'd been kind of putting off getting into streaming in general. I'd been working on, my model, various assets and things for a while, and this Persona A Day series had always kind of kicked around in my head. It's like, I want to do this one of these times, Someday I'm going to play Persona as it, matches the real calendar. And I happen to be looking in middle of March, and it's like, this year, Persona 3 lines up with the real calendar, so it kind of made my decision for me. It's like, I have to do it now. If I don't do it now, it's going to take a long time. Well, we've learned about Arcana Bursts for the first time here, since we picked up, 2 major Arcana cards. That was as many as we had, space for right now. So for the remainder of today's session, all of the minor Arcana cards are going to have a higher level. Ooh, the Dia skill is nice. But I already have that option, so... Like I've been saying, we need money. 1,300 yen. And a malachite.
Doing pretty well.
All right. This floor is really taking shape. Ah. It took me a second to see where I haven't been yet.
Oh, can we go up those stairs?
All right, stronger enemy on this
Careful,
floor.
the enemy's nearby.
I'm detecting a powerful enemy up ahead. Everyone stay sharp. I've observed that every few floors you'll encounter a powerful foe blocking your way. These gatekeepers, as we'll call them, aren't going to simply let you pass. You'll need to be prepared for a real fight. Ensure you're ready before engaging a gatekeeper, and make use of teleporters if needed. Yes. Yes, definitely. These checkpoint floors are just... they can be such a gift. A couple things I want to do on back here. First thing I want to do is I want to save the game. But we want to stop by the Velvet Room, as we did a couple times yesterday.
Marvelous.
I can sense that the power growing within you stems from the bonds you have forged and nurtured since. Here, it may not be much, but this is my gift to you. Please accept it. Another Twilight fragment. I think that's because we made that connection with the Magician Arcana today. I still cannot foresee the limits of your potential. I look forward to witnessing you grow even further.
How may I assist you?
So, this is kind of becoming formulaic at this point. We are going to register.
Registering, I see.
There's not going to be a lot to register, but we just want to keep the compendium up to date. Silky gained a lot of experience thus far.
Will you register it to the compendium? I've completed registration.
And I don't believe Apsaris is worth registering here. Yes, what we've already registered is actually a slightly better version, so we won't overwrite that. But since we're here now,
I, too.
let's
have
see
a
what we can
query.
fuse.
Shall we take a look?
We are level 7, so we have a choice of one. The interesting thing here is you can see that the materials, they'll vary. They both use Angel, but the secondary card is going to be of the Lover's Arcana, of which we have 2. So we've got Silky or
It's
Pixie.
a great joy of mine.
And so, just as a comparative, if we were to
This would be a
choose,
wise choice.
we'll have one open skill slot.
What do you wish to inherit?
And so we could pick up any of these 4 skills. But if we went the other way and use Silky instead,
This would be a wise choice.
still 1 skill
What do you
slot.
wish to inherit?
We've actually got a few fewer skills because of the various natures of Persona and the things that they're going to learn. Passing Garu along wouldn't really be a bad thing to have, Garu and Bufu on the same thing,
This persona is powerful. Please choose what skills to inherit.
which we could have also done here. Hard to argue against Dia as well, though. Let's see, Dia comes from Pixie.
This persona is powerful. What do you wish to inherit?
And we'd actually run into Pixie a few different times throughout, the shuffle times so far, so I feel like we might be more likely to re-encounter Pixie and get something else that we can harvest Dia from, as it were. So I think we're going to pass Garu along here and fuse Fornius. Before we do that, though, like I like to do, let's see the background. One of the 72 demons of the Goshia. He appears as a great sea monster. Known as a great Marquis of Hell, he is skilled linguistically and is a master of rhetoric. Skilled linguistically. He is not my persona, but he will be for this playthrough.
Please choose what skills to inherit.
It seems no new powers have been bestowed upon you.
So it begins.
Here we go. I just kind of like this last look at the two as they, fuse together. And there we go. I am Fornius. Allow me to show you a secret chant that will grant you all my power. Yes, please teach me. I want to borrow some of that eloquence, some of that confidence in speaking. All right. And just like that, we're still level 7, so can't make anything else here.
Very well.
But we can head back to the adventure.
We look forward to your next visit.
I'm also going to check ahead of time this time, make sure our hit points are topped off a little bit better so we don't need to spend any time during combat healing up. At a quick glance, we're looking pretty good. Junpei. We found a lot of life stones today already. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me that you're looking forward to it. I appreciate you being here today. Having an actual audience, it's night and day different for me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Salut.
If you ever want to catch up on any of my past streams, I do have them uploaded to YouTube as well. So just to kind of, plug that right now. But again, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so with our hit points taken care of, our personas in place, let's charge up to the Guardian.
All right.
It's enemy territory up ahead. Are you ready for battle? Let's go. If you're not going to move, then we'll make you.
You're up against a difficult opponent, but if the intel is available, I can help you. I can suggest the most effective attack based on the enemy's weakness. But I can only assist like this when we know the enemy's weakness.
True.
I'm sorry, but until you can get more information, you'll be on your own.
Yeah, I think, it was kind of different playing it that way and just, spending that week waiting and recovering. The whole thing has just made the game feel different in a way that's almost hard to explain, but I've been really enjoying so far. Oh. And sorry for the belated thank you. Thank you so much for following me as well. I meant to say that earlier, but I didn't, but thank you for that as well.
The enemy's weakness is fire!
We know we've got fire weakness here. We know nothing about the barbaric beast wheel. Let's see what we can learn. We can trust Junpei with the fire.
The enemy's down! It won't lose it! That hit the enemy's weakness. You're doing great.
Let's see what Junpei does here. Okay, good. I was hoping he would target the hands, but part of me thought he might consider attacking the boss just to see weakness-wise.
Now, let's kick some ass.
Let's hit that all out its eye.
Here it goes for. Ah,
Hold on!
All right,
You
so
look distressed.
that was a good strong turn from the enemy. Not knowing about Yukari's status there, I think I'm going to be the one to hit the wind attack against the main boss there. With our newly summoned persona. Keep trusting Junpei for the fire support.
All right, the enemy's down.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's shift over to Junpei. We'll let him finish off the turn here. We'll get that all out attack in early. Oh, well, that's an option too, I guess. The pro and con of trusting the... Okay. He's on a fact-finding mission for us, I guess. Not the plan I'd have drawn up. Junpei's his own man. We're in good shape.
Good. That's one less to worry about.
I'll show him. Hell yeah! Let's do this. Persona.
Okay, Junpei. I guess now we've got this information on those persona. We know their status on Bash, so he's less likely to use that going forward if he's got something better. And we all leveled up, so very cool. We can move on now, but the next floor doesn't look any different. You don't think it'll be the same old thing forever, do you? I guess we can only know by going forward, can't we? Yeah, you're right. It's just, I want to at least feel like we're making progress. This kind of goes into what we were saying earlier, doesn't it? About a lot of these floors all kind of looking the same. No point overthinking things now. All we got to do is keep moving forward. After all, I've already made up my mind. Oh, look at you all fired up. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? Oh, nothing really. Anyway, enough about me. We got to keep going, right? Come on, let's get moving. Let's get a move on. Keep us all topped off here, and
Every few floors, there's some kind of gatekeeper. And they're always stronger and nastier than the last.
Well, seems like after we beat him once, it's adios forever.
that's
We
true.
just gotta come out on top.
I was also going to say, once we've overcome those strong bosses, it shows that we're growing as well. I mean, they're getting stronger, but so are we. Walk and talk there. We're headed back to the Velvet Room since we leveled up. We'll keep making the new persona we can on the off chance we find another copy of the same one we've
Welcome
already
to the
got.
Velvet Room. Registering, I see. Is overwriting acceptable? All registered.
I too well then. Shall we take a look?
Oh. Yeah, and remember how we made a link with the Magician Arcana today, and how the game had mentioned to us that by having a persona of the same Arcana as the social link with us is beneficial. I'm going to pick Jack Frost for that reason, because if we encounter
is a great joy of mine.
our classmate there again, we'll actually get a little bit more of a social link benefit from that, so... Goodbye, Silky and Apsaris, and hello, Jack Frost.
This persona is powerful.
A winter fairy of European descent. He leaves ice patterns on windows and nips people's noses. Though normally an innocent creature, he will freeze his victims to death if provoked. That happy little guy is going to freeze someone to death. So, stay on his good side, right?
What do you wish to inherit?
Ooh, all these choices. Let's pick Bewilder.
It seems you have been blessed with some power.
So yeah, since we do have a level of the Magician Arcana now, we are going to get a little bit more experience for this fusion. Here we go.
It's finally time.
Ho, I'm Jack Frost. Oh ho? Well, aren't you a strapping young lad? Just like me, hee ho. Nice to meet you. That was my Jack Frost impression. Look into it as much or as little as you want. Oh, this persona seems to be harboring something inside. So yes, occasionally a newly created persona will come bearing an item. This item can be obtained by raising the item-bearing persona to a predetermined level. You can check the available item under the persona status on the skills details screen. And we're going to get a little bit more power from our social link here. A little bit more endurance and luck there. Nice to get. We could make Lilim here. But we haven't run into any... I mean, we've made both Aramitama and Fornius there.
This would be a wise choice.
This will let us get 2 skills, and it does have Agi and Zio. Maybe I will consider that, actually. Let's get some background on Lilith. A demon who tempts sleeping men and attacks infants. She is the daughter of the demoness Lilith. Like her mother, she drains men of their essence.
What do you wish to inherit?
Okay, we've got some choices here. Getting Bufu just gives us this really well-rounded elemental attacker here. We've got fire, we've got lightning, and we've got ice all under one umbrella. And then we've got a choice to make. I mean, if I'm going to do a base attack, I'll probably save the HP and just use a slashing attack, since Junpei seems to want to really get into bash there. Raising attack is nice, raising defense is nice. I guess if it comes down to us taking a lot of damage, and rather than trying to heal through it, having something that can raise our defense could be an asset.
It seems no new powers have been bestowed upon you.
So let's go. We've got our elemental
Shall we
jack of all
begin?
trades here. A handful of trades. I'm Lilim. I'll stay by your side from now on. We'll always be together, even in your dreams. It's another thing I like about this version, in that they've kind of added more unique dialogue to the persona you summon, so it ties more into their background, their lore, and their character.
Very well. We look forward to your next visit.
don't think I would have been, bad to take Bash. We're early enough in the game, too, that whatever choice is made isn't really, going to make or break anything. There would have been something to be said, too, for having that option to kind of draw out the knowledge about whether or not striking attacks are effective to save Junpei from having to spend the HP on it.
Salut.
The nice option of having multiple viable options. Hard to believe we're already this far into our stream, so let's keep going for as far as we can for as long as we've got the time for. It's kind of that this is that feeling I wanted. I wanted that little bit of time crunch of, okay, we've already gone through a lot of this, a lot of our time in the dark hour. There's only so much more we can do here. Couple snuff souls. Well, one nice thing about these Guardian floors is they don't change. I don't think... Yep, I've only got the one Twilight fragment, so... Anybody questioning my logic last time about don't open that chest, I can see maybe why you might have been thinking that. But we'll have to just remember this is here, and once we get a couple more Twilight fragments, we'll come back. I'm not going to let it bug me, even though it's going to be rattling around in my head for a little while. Is that? There's a rare shadow up ahead. Perhaps you can ambush it. It's not going to mark it for me, though, is it?
Is that treasure?
Another revival bead. The kind of resource you find and you hope you don't need, but once you do need it, you're glad you've got it. Alright, this is that rare shadow they were talking about. I assume you put 2 and 2 together there for, our wider audience here, but in case you didn't. Now, these things are skittish. I'm not sure if this is actually going to be one of those scripted fights or if it's just going to run when it sees us, so I'll do my best.
What?
Nope, okay. I had a feeling this might be kind of one of those teaching moments. Wait, is that shadow up ahead? And away it goes. Well now, that shadow took off like a bandit, didn't it? Those ones are fairly rare. I suppose we can simply call them rare shadows. That is a creative name. They can be tough to catch, but the potential rewards are worth the trouble. So yes, we're going to keep our eyes out for these nice golden shadows here, and hopefully we can catch one.
All right.
It turned left. Let's see what we can do. I mean, obviously we're going to pursue it. As I almost tiptoe forward here to not spook it too early.
Hey, isn't that one different from the...
Alright. It went down a nice dead end for us as well. So.
Rare shadow. Let's take it out here and now.
Don't dodge it!
That indignation in Yukari's voice. Like, how dare you? We don't know anything about its weaknesses yet, so let's get as much as we can out of that. Wealth Hand is waiting. It's still waiting. It's very nice of it. See, if I'd taken Bash earlier, I could have saved Junpei from having to do that. We found a weakness, we knocked it down. I couldn't ask for anything better. They did really add to the liveliness of the characters. I love it so much. Nice to have the option for Garu, but nice to have those other Persona Fusion ingredients in Pixie here. So I'll pick up Pixie again. Saves from having to buy it back from the Compendium. That's the Thrill of the Hunt achievement for defeating our first rare shadow. We've earned ourselves a nice amount of experience and a worldly coin for our trouble. Very cool. Got ourselves another life stone. I think we're still looking okay.
We got ourselves a shadow here.
Another new enemy to learn about.
This may be a good test of your skills.
I don't know why I felt the need to check it since I just said we're going to learn about it, but
This guy's the last of them.
Yuri's taken one down. This may be a good test of your
I was going to say it used ice. Let's try fire, but I just remembered, had to check. Junpei already did that for us. But knowing that it used ice, it's less likely to be weak to ice.
What to do?
So let's try Zeo. There's the weakness.
Well done. Let's continue exploring.
Like I was saying earlier, we're going to want these ingredient persona. We'll take Angel.
Alright, now, back to business.
Looks like we've mapped everything on this.
There is something really nice about that, isn't there? Just finding that weakness and knowing going forward, it's like, okay, I can plan my attack around that a lot better. If I start with this, then Junpei can follow with that. And just building that all-out attack is just so rewarding. I'm detecting a stronger foe on an upcoming floor. Another gatekeeper. It'd be wise to conserve our strength. Have you made use of the escape order? A strategic retreat can mean the difference between life and death. You can always regroup and try again. Yes, this is kind of teaching us, we don't have to just throw ourselves into the enemy in a fight we can't win. Surviving by fleeing is definitely a valid option at times.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Let me check our hit points real quick. I mean, the bars aren't very empty, but I don't really want Yukari spending her time propping us up when I could do that with a life stone. Yeah, I feel better about that.
There's a shadow.
Oh. Well, here's what happens when you approach a shadow incorrectly. It gets the first turn instead. We'll say this was a teaching moment, and this was in no way me making a mistake. No, not at all. But even a poor start can be turned around.
The enemy's down. Good hit.
Help us out, Junpei.
It's all you.
Hell yeah! Let's do this! Persona! That's one!
Good. One less to worry about.
Okay. That works too. A turquoise. You love seeing gems.
Yeah! Who's up next? Man, I don't know why, but it's a lot harder to speak up when it's this quiet. Oop, I spy some treasure.
Once again, I might not have noticed that treasure right away, so having Junpei call it out just that helps. He's right here with us. He's not just a character in a game. Oh, Yukari's on the warpath.
The enemy's weakness is fire.
I'll go with.
Come!
There's also something kind of fun about just filling out that that enemy weakness chart. I mean, part of me is thinking about, oh, should I use ice or should I use electricity? I'm not going to at this point in the game because I want to conserve my resources, but it crosses my mind. It's like there's something fun to just know everything about an enemy.
Whew. All right, let's get moving. Hey, there's a treasure chest.
Kind of nice hitting these dead ends. I mean, if if you're trying to explore and you come to a dead end, that might not be what you want, but there's also just that knowledge that, okay, there's nothing else over there. If I ignore this corner now, I'm not going to miss something important.
Yo, there's a shadow!
I tried to take that swing a little too wide around it. You really do kind of feel those consequences, though. It's like, Yukari probably wouldn't have taken that damage if I'd maybe been a little more cautious on the approach, or... I mean, you can't regret what's happened, but it just kind of puts into perspective the value of maybe an extra second to look around is going to save us different challenges down the road.
Nicely done. Enemy eliminated.
Might have been kind of burning through our SP, but at the same time, we're nearing that hour point, so the worst thing you can do is have resources you need and not spend them, so... Here's something else that I need to keep better track of. How many Persona do I have? Because at this point, I can only have so many with me. I don't want to try to take one more and have to get rid of one, because I've essentially, wasted 2 other cards then. But Silky was a good ingredient for a couple other Persona. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. We got lucky here. And we leveled up.
Alright, now, back to...
Yeah, you almost do put yourself more in the shoes of the character, especially when they start making these offhand comments like, oh, I'm starting to feel tired. It's like when their SP gets low and they mention feeling exhausted. And you start to realize, okay, we're running out of ways to prop things up here. We need to be careful now. It's just that those higher stakes that I kind of like. I mean, it is a game, obviously, but if you can't invest in the game, that loses a lot of the fun, doesn't it? So, yeah, we can carry up to 6 Persona. We've got 5 right now, so we can still pick one more up and not be over capacity.
Down the stairs!
At this point, though, there's a major part of me that is hoping to kind of see... not that treasure chest. Not that there's anything wrong with treasure chests,
Let's
but...
not pass it up.
I know we're approaching a Guardian floor sooner than later. Typically, so far, Guardian floors have had teleporters that are 2-way teleporters, which would be huge for our progress. And then I discover a 1-way teleporter.
Should we
I'm going to
head
explore this floor. I mean, I don't
Takeba
think
is
we're...
severely exhausted. Perhaps we ought to head back.
I didn't think we were severely exhausted.
Teleporters are really convenient. I wonder how they work. Shadow spotted.
We'll push it as far as we safely can and in as much time as we have.
We have the advantage. You can do this.
Seeing that first attack be the one that knocks it down, there's just something cool about that too. We've only got Angel for our wind support now.
Excellent work. You're hitting the spot.
And yes, that was actually intentional. I did just kind of want to show off again, like if an enemy's already down and you hit it again, you don't get to kind of stun it again and get that free all-out attack.
Well done. On to the next. Let's continue exploring.
I know a lot of us in the audience are already aware of that, but for anybody that wasn't, Junpei's got himself a new ability, some new stats. Very cool.
Takeba's running low on stamina.
I think I might have overdone it.
Yeah, it's hearing stuff like that that makes the team, as much as I've said they feel like a team, it makes that feeling of, I don't want to overexert the team. I mean, they're getting to their breaking point. But, I mean, I want to get us as far as we can in tonight's playthrough in the Dark Hour, because that's
We got ourselves
a little bit less further we'll have to go next time. Once again, I rushed this attack. I think she's trying a status effect on it. And it worked. As a consequence, though, I just noticed that she has no more SP, so that will limit her combat options.
For real? Just one target left. Finish this.
I'll go with.
I'll knock him down here.
This is our chance.
Yeah, this is almost where if I were playing with a guide, it would be that decision point of, ooh, bring back Aratama. More money. Sorry, I saw coins and got distracted. There's a lot of persona we still need to make, and we do have a spot for a persona. Money will come, but I'm sure getting a free Aramitama here is actually worth more than having to call it out of the compendium if I needed to buy a new copy. So, welcome back, Aramitama. There's the power of choice. 10 persona summoned during shuffle time.
Nailed it! Nice going, Junpei.
Ah, yes.
Dude, ain't that a rare chest?
It is a rare chest, Junpei. Very good. However, we have another rare chest from a couple floors ago that I really don't want to leave behind. I do have one Twilight Fragment, which I'm going to hold on to because we need 3 to open that other chest.
Hey, it's the stairs.
All right, let's... We are really weak, and we do have a teleporter on this floor. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, but I don't want to stop short of something. Let's just take a quick look here. I do have a few recovery items. Get those new tags off there. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to move forward one more floor here.
Keep your eyes peeled.
And I hope I don't regret that choice.
What the heck? I thought I saw a shadow, but it's just Junpei.
Hold up. You saying I look like one?
Sorry, she got me with that too. Thank you, Yukari. I'm paying attention now.
Shadow spotted. What's the plan? All right, we did it.
You guys.
Fury's been one
Guys,
down.
the last
Wow,
of them.
good job, Junpei.
What to do? Never mind.
These are weak to wind, I
Go
believe.
for the enemy's weakness.
Like I said yesterday, I have that tendency to want to double check a few too many times. So
I'll go with. Angel.
since we've gotten to this point, I am going to kind of try to psych myself teleport now. The next time we do see a teleporter, we are taking it. We've pushed our team pretty close to their breaking point here.
Fury's in a bad spot. This. Just one target left. Finish this.
What's next?
I don't really want to use a skill and potentially wipe it out in one attack. I don't want to miss a physical attack and have Junpei go down, so I'm going to heal Junpei this turn.
No for blame out.
Okay.
You won.
Oh, well
Now
done
let's
it.
move on.
We're full on Persona, and we desperately need some HP top off. That could not have come at a nicer time.
Takeba, don't push yourself too hard.
I'm running low on stamina. Focus.
Swing and a miss.
Well,
Looks like the enemy's weak to ice.
I'm gonna knock down the one, and we're just gonna take it one turn at a time. We're just gonna finish off the one and take it one turn at a time. At this point, Junpei's gonna be able to hit harder than I am.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna give him the baton for the rest of this turn.
Yuri's taken one down.
All right. I would definitely consider doing this in future Persona games. I might be biting off more than I can kind of chew, but I'm loving this so far. As briefly into the game as I am, but yeah, I would definitely love to do this in a future game as well.
Takeba's running low on stamina.
I think I might have overdone it.
Hey, let's loot that chest.
It really does hit differently when you think about how you're going to spend your day and realize that it is actually a day. It's like I say, we were in Tartarus yesterday for a little bit of exploration, and I ducked out at floor 9 and thought about it after the fact. It's like, I wonder when we can go back, how far we can get, what's going to happen throughout the next day. And in a normal playthrough, that's just a loading screen away, but
It's a treasure chest.
yeah, it's been fun seeing it in this different perspective. Hopefully it can keep staying fun as we go forward. Kind of get to go with the change of the seasons too, so it ties in more with that real feel. I mean, you'll see it getting warmer outside as we reach summer, and you'll see that reflected in game as well. So just kind of put that more personal connection into everything. Right. I will say that teleporter we saw that I intentionally ignored a little while ago, I'd kind of love to see another one. Got a different looking room up ahead here.
Look at it. Wandering around like a clown.
It knows it's got a bit of an advantage on us right now. Yesterday, the previous encounter was very touch and go. It's not a lot, and it's the only soul drop we have, but I'm just going to give that to Yukari. We can get a couple Garu out of that. Not really needed in this fight, and thankfully she knows that as well.
Yuri's taken one down.
Although she is prioritizing ending the fight, which at this point is also a good thing. Dodges, you love to see them when they're on this side of the field.
Justice wins again.
You've lost a lot of stamina. Are you all right?
Hey, let's loot that chest.
Those reminders are getting more frequent. Just a nice pile of yen, that's handy.
Is that treasure?
Another guard band. We found a couple of those yesterday. This means we've all got one. I've got a little bit more endurance now, which is only going to be to our benefit. Notice that shadow at the last second there.
Pay attention, next
That's an enemy down! Good job, Takeba! You hit a weak spot!
I gave her the SP to be used, so I can't really complain about that, and we get this all-out attack. When you use an item and it serves its purpose, what more can you really ask for from it? The enemy's dizzy right now, so I think we'll be okay to just power through it. Well, what I meant to say was it was momentarily disabled, but now it's back to full strength.
Well done.
They were
Let's continue exploring.
But we still managed to handle it just fine.
Don't be so reckless. You won't have enough stamina.
Some medical powder here. All right. Got a bit of a fork in the road here. Couple paths leading up, couple leading down. Shadows guarding all of them. Time running out. So, like I said, this is supposed to be an hour in Tartarus. I think it's already been a little beyond that. So, as soon as we see a way to get out, we will be taking it.
Alright, we focus.
I don't want to be this, hard line, 10 seconds left sort of countdown, and then we have to escape. But
Enemy down.
we're just gonna, take it a little loosely. I want to have this framework without it being overly rigid.
Worry about.
This will necessitate another trip to Tartarus at some point, but that fits kind of naturally into the narrative we're developing, playing it this
You
way.
won't have enough stamina.
Okay, I see stairs.
Down the stairs.
You know what? That's a guardian. Okay.
Careful.
Okay,
Enemies
sweet.
nearby.
This is not what we're going to fight right now, but just what we wanted to see. I see you're making good progress, and you appear to be getting the hang of things in combat. On the topic, have you been paying attention to enemy weaknesses? Exploiting a weakness will make you hit harder and more often. Doing so can turn the tide of a battle. The more kinds of attacks you can use, the more chances you'll have to hit a weakness. That's where your ability comes in handy.
That reminds me.
By the way, I received a report from the chairman. You know that clock by the stairs in the entrance? The one that's about as tall as you are? At first glance, it may look ornamental, but it can actually be operated by using twilight fragments. Supposedly, it can restore to the user his or her rightful state. Yes, this would have been quite a problem if it were a normal floor. But that makes it feel more like an adventure up those stairs, doesn't it? Yes, this clock is a healing option that takes twilight fragments, of which we are severely limited right now. They can be found throughout the dungeons or the various tower floors as well. 7 twilight fragments is a dream at this point, so we have the information but not the means to act on it. I suppose its purpose is recovery. I'm curious how it works, but regardless, let's take advantage of it. We are taking advantage of this teleporter. We are lucky. We are taking our luck, and we are happy to have it. And we are saving the game. So, as I like to do every time I come to the lobby, we're going to stop by the Velvet Room. We're going to top off our compendium. We'll take a look at where we're at. But I think as far as climbing the tower goes tonight, we've run out of time, so...
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
One thing I've always kind of thought with the Velvet Room is it kind of exists more or less outside the flow of time. I mean, no one else can see the door. We're the one that's the guest in here, so I don't really consider time in the Velvet Room necessarily as part of our hour, which might be kind of a stretch, but it's my playthrough, so hopefully that works for you, the audience, as well. But yes, let's get our compendium up to date.
Registering personas?
Kind of like to do that quick comparison and make sure we're not registering a persona over top of something that's actually already registered in a better state. Like in this case, Angel. We've registered it at level 4, needing 165 experience. And currently we've got one at level 4 that needs 224 experience. So we don't need to register Angel. The same with Silky. And the same with Aramitama. Even more so since Aramitama was one we'd fused, so it's also got the Dia skill. So, those are up to date. Do we want to consider any fusions?
What kind of persona do you desire?
I don't really want to get rid of Jack Frost, since I've mentioned, we're keeping him around for that magician social link. So,
Take
that would be a no at this point.
time you need to consider.
Very well.
Thank you, Igor and Elizabeth, as
We
always.
look forward to your next visit.
I look forward to it as well. Just that loading screen there too, all the different doors we passed by. It's always kind of fun to think, where do those doors go? Are there other pocket velvet rooms like that other guests are in? Maybe. So we have saved it. We have done today's progress. We're not going to keep climbing the tower tonight. I know we're the Guardian, but you see the state we're in, so we're calling it here. It's been our dark hour. I think we made some great progress here. We survived. I mean, that in and of itself, considering the way things were looking, feels really good. So let's
Yes.
go. What's the matter? Are you done for the day? Let's call it quits. All right, rest up and come prepared for our next expedition. Okay. And I always like to just, do that end of the day sort of thing yet, because I'm not sure if there's going to be a scene after the fact that's still, part of Wednesday. So I just want to make sure we catch up on all that. So we've done everything that Wednesday has to offer on Wednesday, as it were. But since we have, let's get back to the desk and wrap this up. But like I like to do after we've, played our session for today, I kind of want to talk over what we did. Felt like we did a lot again today. We had a nice, normal day of school. We developed the magician social link after school. We got some ramen, kind of made a new friend. And then we dug right back into the tower. We kind of kept that same progress feel going from yesterday. We made it, what was that, floor 16? We climbed significantly, gained some levels, got a lot of new persona. We tested our limits and took them as far as they could go. And I think I'm gonna learn from that. As the team leader there, it's my responsibility to keep up on top of these things. And just that balancing act of knowing how far to push and knowing how far is too far, and treading the fine line on the good side of that knowledge. We got lucky today. I'll be the first one to own up to that. I don't really want to push it that far in the future if I can help it. I'll take luck if luck is all I can get and it's on my side. I will not object to that. But we made it through another day. We feel better off for it. I feel stronger for it. And just like I felt, leaving off on it yesterday, it's like, I wonder, what's going to happen next? What can I do tomorrow? Will I be able to come back to Tartarus? Will there be other things that I want to do, that I choose to do? I want to see us keep getting stronger there, but I also want to see what else the world itself has to offer. The social links, after school, in the evening, around the dorm. It's just that fun of that potential. The world has opened up to us now, and there's so many different things to see and do that's the beauty. You can't see and do all of them in one day. That's going to take multiple days, and for us, that's going to really, truly take multiple days. It's April 22nd today. It's April 22nd in game, and it won't be until 12:30 Eastern Time tomorrow where we see what happens on Thursday once we're in Thursday. That was our day today for Wednesday, April 22nd. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to enjoy the streams. You can catch them live at 12:30 Eastern Time or right here on YouTube where you are watching this upload right now. I thank you for being here, and goodbye. With that, we've reached the end of the day. Please look forward to next time to see where the game goes from here. This journey is being streamed live on my Twitch channel if you'd like to be there in person for the experience. Links and schedule details can be found in the description. I'll keep uploading each day's session to this channel so you can keep watching here. Once again, I'm Tom Shima. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again as I continue the series, Persona a Day. What will tomorrow bring?